imposes upon people. So like girls say, once they find the proper guy, and they create family life, and it will give them happiness. Well, but it looks like well, it depends, you know. And women and men, so they are so they pursue different goals. Men want one things, and women want different things, of course. And mm, well, women say that if they find men, they will be happy afterwards. But according to the statistics, I would say that's
Hmm.
not a joke. 70% of women who are over the age of 30 having kids and they're divorced. It looks like the marriage is not the means to be successful in terms of family life and job and stuff like that. People have
Hmm.
to be happy first and then create family life. Is it so? They can't be unhappy and creating life and saying that someone will give this feeling of something good if you're not happy.
Agree.
Yeah, agree totally. And there is nothing to be like having the ultimate goal, just family. And uh, I would say if you're going to rely on just one person in your life, it will be, or it is inevitably what inevitably will happen. And somehow or once upon a time that person might leave you, and what would happen?
Exactly. That's right. And then what's left?
What's
Finding
left?
another person who will give you the same as the previous one, having had this ability to give you. So someone actually wants someone to give something to them, and people are not ready to devote their lives being able to share first, to be given something in return, giving back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's it.
But
People are
that
too much selfish nowadays. Being selfish is not being happy after all.
that brings us to the next topic, by the way, which we're gonna
About
to
psychology, we could
discuss
be
another time.
coaches of psychology
Relationships, yeah,
sometimes.
coaching, and what makes you, what allows you to have a good relationship with people. So this is the whole issue. Maybe part of successful life. And by the way, every or each part what we have discussed about psychology and successful life might be, like, or could be broken down in small ones.
Yeah, possibly next time we could bring it up. So why not? It's as important as happiness and success relationship because it's one of the key points that make people really happy after all. Because people, well, there are two genders, and somehow people get in touch and they influence each other and they exchange some ideas and plans. By the way, so if you're having some family life, mm, it's not your own plan of for life after all. So you have to share this plan with your second half, and your second half is going to share your plan. And if they find the perfect match, then that could be happiness, but no one guarantees it uh, after all. So people have different ideas, different mindsets. Sometimes people just don't care about other people's feelings and thoughts. But eventually, within 10 years of time, this will anyway, come to surface, and it will cause huge conflicts. People have to have the same, mostly the same mindsets and the same goals and the same vision of life. How they see the goal. If, as according to some saying, if you find a person with the same view to this life, then you could be a happy person. Finding some person who thinks the life and looks and life the way you do.
Yeah, right. You can hit it off with someone just at once, but if you don't have a common ground with that person,
Yeah, you
something
cannot
will be wrong.
change
Yeah,
this according to your plan. You can't impose your plan upon someone's shoulders. It could
mm,
be considered like well, I don't know, suppression by the person. And well, that's really complex topic. We could bring it up, by the way, next time. It's
Next time.
relationship, and as the second step of this topic where was at
Yeah,
today about
and
happiness.
I believe that brought us to the end of our today's meeting, which was unprecedented, and it's
Yep.
amazing talks with
So
smart people.
what have we finally decided? What is a success?
But we don't have
Well,
any conclusion, and but all
Mhm.
what we know is to what we should do is to drill down on that subject more and more deeper.
more and more. Well, during our discussion, I just find out what is success for me. Finally, I guess it's waking up, happy that you are going to a job that you really like, and
Mhm.
coming home in the evening with the happiness that you are going to a place that you really love. So this, in this case, you can say that you are totally happy.
Yeah, you're
If
able
there
to
is,
see,
this
you're
is
able to walk and to wake up in the morning, fall asleep every day, because so many people actually are so they are unable, disabled, even sleeping, they are blind. What's about them? And people unable to walk.
Mhm.
For them, happiness is just to see, be able to see at least. But we have this ability right away. And people just sometimes, they're not, well, how to say, they don't value what they have already. So
Mm,
many people in Africa, in Asian countries, having nothing, but still they're happy.
Yes, right. And most of people, by the way, living in Africa, haven't not or don't have access to electricity grid. What is
Yeah,
important?
drinking water, but
Drinking
still
water and
they,
food.
smiling. That's
It depends on.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly it's because they don't have this system that imposes, false values into their minds, and
low
uh,
demands. They
they
have
live
low.
how they were living for centuries, and that's why they don't know just another way of living. That's why they're happy. But our system, it says everyone has to have some plans of success, and to be happy, you need to achieve some specific steps in the course of your life, and people find sometimes some troubles.
Yeah, enjoy yourself and be nice to each other. Be the change you want to see.
Excellent. The people
Kind of,
around you.
simple things. Do the simple
Yeah,
things and enjoy that.
that's
Relish,
just a
at least
piece of
relish
cake.
that.
That's right. Be happy, be good to each other.
It looks like you start your coaching career right now.
Yeah, by the way, just I look at our conversation like a therapy for myself. Therapy,
Like
because
meditation,
having
as we
this
mentioned
talk,
before.
I'm thinking what is the success, and probably I have figured out at the end or in the end of this talk what is success about for people, for myself. And actually you,
Yeah,
Andrew, find out something as well, as you told us.
yeah, at least
Therapy.
so some clearer picture is now standing out somewhere for us to see from a better view. Not the whole picture, of course. It's quite complicated stuff, to think of. But anyway, so even contemplation and even meditation is not about sitting and sleeping some stuff with. It's about some meaning of translation meditation. It's about how you look at the world, how you perceive it, and you think of nothing, and you just take what's around you and you take it into you. So that's what's meditation. About being flexible, to say it in
Mm,
other words. Mhm.
just this is just
Hmm.
for another topic to bring
Yeah,
up.
that's right.
Okay, so let me take a leave and call it a
Go ahead.
day. Call it a day. It was so nice to be with you and being surrounded by so smart guys and really the friends of mine. And I would love to to come across again and do it constantly, if it's not on a daily basis, but as much as often as possible. It's a
Pleasure
good
is
thing.
mine, Alex, always.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure for me. Smart talks with smart guys.
Yeah, it's not only about English. It's not just about, stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and stay in touch. And so let
Right,
this
enjoy your
day
sun,
be.
let it be great. That's right.
Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Take
stay in
care.
touch.
See you
Looking
around. Bye
forward
bye.
to next conference.
Perfect.
Exactly.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.